So one of the things we were talking about before we went on was getting the message out about what's coming. And I don't really think people get the grasp. If you were to have to give like a quick synopsis of what people should expect, what's coming here?
Well, one of the lines we've all been using for the last year or two is that we're going to have 6 Super Bowls in a 3-week period, right? So that's 6 games. It's going to be a packed stadium every time. 500,000 visitors coming into the city, maybe more, from all over the world. So, of course, once we find out what countries are coming, that's going to give us, a little more the complexion of what this is going to be. But as far as what international fans are like, how they react, we saw a little bit of that during the Club World Cup, but multiply that by at least 10, right? We just saw little bits and pieces of some of the great fan activity from the Brazilians and some of the European teams, African teams. But when you get the full force of a country, like Scotland and Holland or Italy, Argentina, England, Germany, right? You're going to see 10,000 fans gather in Love Park to march to the stadium or to the train station. And that's going to be exciting to someone like me because I know that's what they're doing. It might look very scary to somebody else. 10,000 Scottish people look like it's Braveheart coming at you, But they're there to have a good time, and they're 100% behind their teams, and they're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to spend a lot of money. They're going to eat and drink. Lots of cheesesteaks and Yinglings and things like that are going to go down. But I want to make sure that we also have a lot of good, wholesome stuff. And I know the fan festival at Lemon Hill.
Yeah, it's not just about soccer.
Correct.
It is a couple weeks of events all over the city. Can you talk about that a little bit? About it's not just about what's on the pitch.
Well, I think that just dovetails with all the excitement of everything in Philadelphia during the summer. So. Wawa Welcome America is going to be going on at the same time, and that's going to be woven into the fabric of the World Cup. And of course, this is going to be the greatest Independence Day celebration around the country, and we have a game that day. So again, all these visitors coming to see all the things that we know about Philadelphia and see all the good historical sites, museums, and so forth. For us at Eastern Pennsylvania Youth Soccer, we're going to try to weave in some of the fun for the families and the kids that maybe we have some good activities at the fan festival and other things we're planning around the state as well for everybody that can't make it down here.
Yeah, you're spreading the wealth a little bit. It is that big of an event.
Yeah, I mean, look, we only get a World Cup once every 4 years, and really a World Cup in your backyard maybe once in a lifetime. We had it in '94, but it wasn't here in Philadelphia, and we know all the great things it did for the sport. But it's right here. So we got to take full advantage of this, and for all the people in our area of Eastern PA, which we're Maryland up to New York and New Jersey out to the middle of the state. We're a very large organization. We have a lot of people in a lot of towns. So I'm concerned that the people in Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, Williamsport, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, every little town in between gets the same experience because we know they're not all going to get tickets. We want them to get down here and experience the city and the atmosphere, but what are they going to do all the other times and all the other games? So we're going to try to give them opportunities and build a toolkit for them, do some events of our own, working with U.S. Soccer as well on some of that. So yeah, we've got this really incredible opportunity in front of us to really put our sport up on the pedestal I think it's always deserved.